Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2. Maybe we'll see. Maybe this is the first one. We'll figure it out. I'm definitely not doing these all in short succession. That's not happening. But anyway, welcome to Spook Sessions. It's great to be back here on Visited by Voices 1. Shouts out, Lauren. So we're back to you today with another guest, one of my favorite people, one of your favorite people. And he's bringing a movie that is probably quite familiar, at least some aspects of the movie are quite familiar to most of you, especially those that are at any point during the pandemic have found themselves hanging out with Pizzow. Um, Happy birthday in heaven. He's not dead. Shh. Um, you're familiar with some of this shit, but we're going to dive into the movie in full today. And of course, my guest is Dan Shine, and that movie is Burial Ground.
What's up? Yes.
Daniel.
I'm excited. A young Deacon Taylor is going to lose his cherry tonight.
Ooh.
First time watch. Man, come on.
It's a first time watch with a caveat. Because, I mean, you are the one that has spurned me, but I found that me not having seen movies makes for very uninteresting watching. Solely because it's just me kind of, quietly watching a movie. So I'm not smart enough to multitask when there's new things afoot. But I really wish we could fucking.
We'll help you with that. I've got backup tonight in the house. Mr. Peter Bark himself, in case I get tired.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
The pillow gimmick. Like a nerd. Piz got that one too. So you'll see the origins of the meme now, which
that's something that I didn't have any real reference point, I guess, even just because I don't watch a lot of Italian films. The fact that it was being memed to the point that it was, I kind of assumed that it was just a shitty movie that this little dwarf guy is funny. Let's incorporate him. But
I'll have a lot to say about him when we start the movie because it's interesting.
Yeah. It's a weird one, but it's one that I enjoyed. A lot of the Italian shit is either like I can sit through it and kind of go, Jesus Christ. Or it's something like Demons, which I blew my mind how much fun that movie was. But like Zombie is one that I've never been able to get past. Like I'm not giving it enough. I'm literally giving it 5 minutes and I just go, I gotta go wash the fucking tub. So at some point I think I need to be locked in a room to just let it play so I can go, oh yeah, good. I like this.
Italian horror for the most part. I mean, it's not all, Dario Argento classics, but I think even something like this, which is by no means high budget, classy entertainment. I mean, I'll talk a little bit about the director when we start, but it plays very well. It plays very well. I think most Italian horror does, certainly in this era.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's not delay the inevitable, folks. I'm going to count down from 3. When I get to 1, and then I say play, you guys press play, and we'll watch Burial Ground. So 3, 2, 1, play.
All right, here we go.
You're a professional, so I know you are.
Right into the action on this one.
I do kind of like that. That is nice. It just kind of brings you to it. Day of the Dead does that a little bit anyway. It is a title scene technically, but they drop you right in some kind of Floridian looking location.
Right into the action. Yes. So this movie, I'll talk a little bit about the cast. There's no huge stars in this one. Uh, Subtlety is not something that the director Andrea Bianchi does well. He pretty much is just right to it. This is probably one of the horniest zombie movies ever made. If you're not seeing zombies ripping people apart, there's bizarre deviant sexuality going on screen. It's one or the other. Uh, so likely explains why it's still so beloved to this day.
Yeah. Because it's something that just kind of gives you a whole bunch of good shit.
Man, this feels like me if I decided to get into archaeology. This guy's
Oh
rocking
yeah,
the
I can
beard.
see that.
Go.
See, in his office, I fucking clicked the wrong button. I'm about minute 3 in.
He's just walking with his lantern along the property.
Okay.
Yes.
A little bit behind.
It's actually funny being that this is burial ground, the Knights of Terror, that most of it's during the day.
Yeah. It's interesting that like the title is so much different, just whatever, like the English versus the title that they chose for the Italian. Because obviously I know it's not them translating. I get that they're very different concepts, but
Yes.
burial ground
And
does
that
fit a lot better. I don't know that I actually noticed how much of it took place in the day, but
mhm.
I mean, like the whole kind of like sniper scene, for lack of a better a term, I guess would have to be in the day.
It's funny because there is some superstition with these are Etruscan zombies, and there's a weird thing among Italian filmmakers that trying to do something based on the Etruscans in general would curse your movie.
Really?
So it's an interesting thing. I think maybe Sergio Martino, I believe, had spoken on that subject at one point. Lots of production issues, but I think this one ran pretty smooth. It's funny when you see a low budget film just made in Europe, how much production value you get versus American
Yeah,
films. Just
that's
we're so young. There's not a lot of old structures like this.
yeah. You have to build nearly everything. However, though, that's a fucking that's a racket that
Uh-oh.
they oh, this guy, he looks like John Del Calo, a comedian that most of this audience probably doesn't know, but it's kind of
Sometimes
great.
this movie recently hit 4K from Severin and 88 films.
Really?
Sometimes I mean, you can tell sometimes, okay, I see that's a mask, but
Yeah.
nonetheless looks
Oh, they got
fantastic.
him. So it does look a little like kind of like the Misfits Crimson Ghost mask got just a nice makeover, but
Mhm.
what is this, 81 or 82? They wouldn't have
81.
had, yeah, they wouldn't have had masks like that prefabbed, or if even that was a very that was short of it being like painted on shit. That wasn't a lot of their logo at that time.
This
Um,
actually did have a US theatrical release years later in
huh,
1985. Very limited, but
really?
if you're around in 85, maybe in New
Peter Hall.
York or somewhere, you might have gotten to actually see this on the big screen.
That kind of this movie was a fun time. It would have been pretty cool to catch at a theater for sure. I didn't mention it as we're just driving along here, just kind of wasting time. Uh, the zombies do look cool, as much as maybe, yeah, okay, it's a mask that they've fucked with. At least they fucked with it.
Yeah.
and it looks, and it does look just kind of vaguely mummified. Like it works. It works.
Yes.
Maybe better than it should have, but all the same, we're here. So
It's actually, you mentioned the makeup and the masks. Mauro Gavazzi, who was one of the artists, he was a part of a pretty big scandal in Italy. He had a complete nervous breakdown and just stabbed a random stranger on the street. I
Jesus.
don't know, had anything to do with this movie. I don't know, but
Yeah.
his mind broke, and I believe he ended things in not fairly recent years. Uh, there we go. Introduced to the family. Peter Bark kind of reminds me of a young Jess Grimm, somewhat.
I can see that a little bit,
Eternally
especially
youthful.
just, yeah. Well, all of his escapades when he talked about trying to bite his mother's breasts off.
Yeah, yeah. Often offline,
Yeah.
Jess
I mean, that's why
expresses
Jess had
his.
to move to LA for so long.
Yes, yes. It was kind of forced upon him. You know,
A
several
rehab stint
incidents. Yeah.
mixed in.
A lot of missing parts on Barbies around the house, and then just had enough. Go live in the land of sin, Jess Graham.
Yeah, hooked on sugar-free lime jello too.
And we're arriving here at a historic place. I mean, this is a villa that goes back to the early 1500s, I believe, the
Oh wow.
Villa Parisi outside of Rome. And if it looks familiar to you from the 60s to the 80s and even more modern films, this has been used. It was used in 1965's Nightmare Castle, a great Italian Gothic horror film. You can see it in The Third Eye with Franco Nero, another really brutal Italian classic, Beyond the Darkness. It was in Bay of Blood, Blood for Dracula,
Oh, okay.
Patrick Still Lives, Hatchet for the Honeymoon. This place was used for a lot of classic Italian horror. Mario Bava used it 2 or 3 times, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gorgeous area from the looks of it. I mean, the castle's beautiful. I'm sure there's a lot of shit that, that, like you said, old, ornate. Just
Yes,
fucking.
yes,
I want absolute beauty, and I'm willing to throw an entire village at rocks to get it. Like,
yes. Here's that first iconic shot of Peter Bark
freak.
coming up here. There we go. Ah, there's some spiciness here.
Yeah.
The oh, not her. It
This
does
is like
seem.
this is the worst dubbing of the whole fucking movie here. All the shit this guy is saying. May I ask what you're doing, you nut? No one's ever said that.
It's a little more, you're gonna bring your mistress somewhere. It's nicer than your typical Motel 6.
Oh, for sure. You look just like a little whore. Batshit insanity, man.
This actor was quite embarrassed, apparently, by these scenes. I think he just said yes to this movie for the money in between theater gigs.
Oh wow.
But it's kind of funny. Again, at this time, I've talked about this. You'd have actors that would just make a material, and then I'm going to do this sleazy
Yeah.
zombie sex film, and they could jump back and forth. Era of the Jack Taylors and some of these Euro actors that just did it all.
Now I wonder why that was able to be done for them much more. Like I get over here, we have the sex thing, so that can for sure tie things up. But honestly, I think being in a horror movie it doesn't like permanently taint you because obviously like Clooney did fucking From Dusk Till Dawn and then became the leading man, but at least for a spell. But a lot of times
Yeah,
like, there's a stink that you kind of have to fucking wash off through less and less horrific movies to kind of get back into regular Hollywood. It seems, and it's just
Clooney.
kind of fucking lame, man.
Yeah, Clooney, there's some nice shots there. Clooney was kind of lucky because you could kind of get away with doing couple B movies because I mean, going further back than From Dusk Till Dawn, I mean, he was in Return to Horror High,
Oh yeah.
um, Return of the Killer Tomatoes, which is actually a really
Oh, that's
good
right.
movie. Red Surf. I mean, he had his B movies. He had an unusual career though too, because I mean, he was on
Well, those, I mean,
ER
yeah,
and
I would say
TV
those are all
stars didn't.
pre-fame. Yeah,
Yeah, TV stars didn't normally go on to become big movie
no,
stars like that, but he
no,
was an exception.
he was kind of a mold breaker in that way. Because I mean, now you
Yes.
got fucking like I mean, I get that it's streaming, but technically Stallone is doing television now.
Yep, it's come full circle now. People want to get into TV. Jason Statham is getting ready to
Oh
get
no
into
shit.
television as well. So,
Uh, Colin Farrell is another one. I mean, John Cena doing TV is kind of
yeah,
interesting. I mean, I know that's not like I don't know if it's that
some good-looking
Peacemakers.
zombies here.
They are. These are very cool. These, you know what? Actually, is something that I thought these. Most of these guys look like they would fit in perfectly as background zombies in Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a very similar concept, just based on what William Stout was going for with their design. Um, just kind of like a mummified zombie, not fresh corpses generally or anything like that. So I do like, even if it's just for kind of sake of variety, I love the fact that they're not just gray flesh, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they borrow quite liberally from Lucio Fulci's Zombie, which of course
Yeah.
had blown up at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah.
Uh, the mom who Evelyn, played by Mariangelo Giordano, she was probably the most known actress in this. She wasn't a huge star, but she had been a regular in Italian films since the 50s.
Mm.
She did Antonio Margheriti's spaghetti western Vengeance. She was also in. She was a regular for the producer Gabriele Cristani, and she appeared in Malabimba, which is a very sleazy movie, Death by BJ. In that one, the Notorious Patrick Still Lives, which is not a sequel to Patrick. That was just pretty much like, fuck copyright law. We're just going to make a
Yeah.
sequel to the Australian film that we have no rights to. She was in that. That's a must see. Giallo in Venice. Not a prestige Giallo, but if you want just funny, just non PC Euro trash, I highly
Yeah.
recommend Giallo in Venice. She also did Satan's Baby Doll was another one she was in. She did appear in a bigger movie, Michele Soavi's The Sect, and
Mhm.
she was known for showing off her body. One of her last notable roles was in Jess Franco's Killer Barbies in
Mm.
1996, and she was still disrobing well into her 60s. A very beautiful
Hey,
lady
good for
who
her. I was gonna say it's not a
oh,
bad body to show off.
yes.
Even if hey, not even if it a little milfy here, it's not a bad thing.
Not at all. She was probably in her early 40s here. She wasn't
Which
too
is
young.
which is MILF age. There is no
Yes,
such
yes.
thing. I don't care if they have 7 kids. You're not a MILF at 18. You're just not. You're a child with
You're not
babies.
a MILF. There you go.
I would say anything
Uh,
under 30 does not qualify personally. But
I would agree.
I'm
You're
willing
not
to
passing the.
I'm yeah, I'm willing to be persuaded.
Yeah, you're not passing the MILF test at that point.
No.
This is still
Who
the
would love to have
property.
a photo shoot.
Yes. most all of this, I mean, the interiors, exteriors, you're all just there at the Villa Parisi.
Yeah. That being the case, it's really not shocking that it's been used so many times. And I mean,
Yes. I don't think anybody's at it's the same family, I believe, that has owned this property going back to the 1500s. It's nobody's actually lived there,
mhm.
I believe, in close to a century. I know there was a Nazi commander or something that occupied it, used it for a while during the war, but generally speaking, it's not been lived in a long time. Oh,
Seems kind of odd to me.
some electrical issues. Um,
Yeah. What could those
I,
be?
occasionally, you know, again, seeing it remastered and everything, you can kind of see, okay, I'm looking at a mask, but goddamn, it works for me.
Yeah. That was definitely not something that came up for me at any point, really. It was, oh, that's a mask. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, sure. Logically, clearly it is if you sit there and look, but they don't, also, they're not focusing on the masks for fucking minutes at a time. There's no dialogue for these guys, so it's cool. Everything works.
Here's a scene heavily inspired by Lucio Fulci's Zombie. Never a great idea to just bang out there in the open, but so
Especially
Peter
if you have a
Bark.
grass allergy.
So Peter Bark, actually, he was largely unaware that he had become a celebrity
Oh,
through re-releases of this film years ago, maybe a decade, maybe a little bit longer now. He started to kind of realize that he was a cult figure. In fact, he was rediscovered working as a gimp in a BDSM club, unaware of his cult status. He was like a guy on a leash, part of a BDSM show at some
okay,
local
right in the
club.
dirt, button. Oh, the fuck of my ass.
Exactly how he sounds. Uh,
Yeah.
there we go, emerging from the dirt. It's amazing in a lot of low budget zombie movies nowadays. Like they don't even bother with just so simple. Just let me see the zombie coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
You can do that on a budget.
I kind of like out of the ground zombies. It doesn't make a lot of sense in America because obviously most people are buried in a coffin that is then
Yeah.
sealed closed. Because I'm guessing at one point the entirety of probably the world were terrified of them. What if it does come out? We better seal this up.
I don't know. I think I'm for natural burial, just in case there's a zombie scenario. I'd like to,
I'd like to get out.
get out, maybe stumble into a horny zombie scenario like this.
Yeah.
Never know.
Just watching. Oh, his shoulders are moving. He's up to something. And he ain't stalking a meal, that's for sure.
Very quiet. So yeah, it's about to get cock blocked by the living dead, I'm afraid.
Pardon me. Could I have a piece of pussy? Just a piece. One little morsel.
Just an English gentleman who happened to die on the
Yes.
property.
I died here. Don't question it.
Just totally unaware.
You're really taking his sweet time, huh? We get it. It's a nice thigh. Fuck.
Takes a minute to get the
Let her see
atrophy
God
worked
before
off.
she dies.
He is definitely not getting out of those pants before.
Oh no. Those are snug. Ah!
Oh, that's just Igor the groundskeeper.
Yeah, somebody's little
Just
boy was left in the sun.
the lifeguards let him drown years ago.
Oh,
The director Andrea Bianchi, who I was talking about before,
so
this is
yeah.
probably his most famous film at this point, but he is also known for the sleazy Giallo strip nude for your killer with Edwig Fenech. I highly recommend that. The possession film Malabimba. Also, again, there's a theme in his films. They're all very nasty, but he got off to a more prestigious start. He did the Italian Polizia crime flick "Cry of a Prostitute," which is quite good. With Henry Silva, I really love that movie. He was also co-director on What the Peeper Saw with Mark Lester and Britt Eklund. A really good film, but he definitely kind of, as he progressed, sex and horror was big at the time, and that's just
Yeah.
kind
Hey,
of what he did.
run with it, baby.
That's a cool zombie.
It's about the worst makeup there. I think I missed that one last. That's just a. He's literally wearing like jack o' lantern makeup. Like they just got a kid at the store.
The mask guy was busy stabbing people at the time. That's good enough. Good enough. Go.
You are a young zombie, you know.
You're fresh in the ground. It's going to be some Italian guy that's going to listen to this. I do not sound like that.
Oh, such a racist interpretation of my voice.
And again, quite unusual to see them during the daytime, but
Yeah.
and Peter Bark likes
Here-
to sniff things.
Yeah, he does. To this day, man.
Mother, this
Oh,
cloth
here it
smells of
comes.
death. That's kind of what I used to say about my old girlfriend.
Oh,
Very simple.
it's Clayface.
Very minimal script here. This is just these random people
Yep.
invited, and we're just go for it. They're
Just
zombies. They deal
kinda,
with
all
it.
right, wide shots. Just start moving your mouth. We'll figure it out later. It is
Ooh.
though. It's that thing. I think most Italian movies are this way. They'll always have a couple English speakers, but then still dub them, and it drives me nuts.
It's funny because you're coming into it later in life, so you didn't really
Yeah,
grow up on these movies, and that is an issue a lot of people have.
yeah.
Like why would they dub an English speaking person? And it's just like, but
It doesn't
these
make any
movies were just
sense.
always
Yeah,
dubbed for all these
but
different territories.
like, I mean, I can fully buy that this mother doesn't speak a word of English. Like even just without her moving her mouth, you go, oh no, 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 no way. But this
This
fucking
guy,
70-year-old man clearly is speaking in English. I do like that they
this,
kind of bleed mud as
yeah,
a cool thing. You
I
know
like
what? And
that
that's fucking
as well.
smart for like low budget like that. Hey, it works. You know, it plays to me.
This guy getting taken out here kind of reminds me of a discount bin Eric Idle. Some good old fashioned gut ripping. Again, I like seeing it once in a while. I'll see these
Real
low budget movies that like
organs of
shoot
some design.
computer guts and
Yeah.
blood. It's like Go to the butcher shop. It's not that expensive.
You can't fool me, man. Like I truly don't understand if it's just because I watched so many movies for so long as a kid that like I've had basically I've grown up seeing it done on screen and not, added after the fact. But all that Marvel shit, like I can't say because I don't buy that it's a movie. All the shit behind it is fake. Like every single second of it just takes me out. All of that like early 2010s
Mhm.
CGI blood and shit. Like My Bloody Valentine 3D it probably loses like a full fucking rating point, like fucking out of 5
Mhm.
just because of the shitty CGI blood.
Yeah.
It's never
Yeah.
better. If you want to like fucking use the CGI to accentuate, maybe that could be a thing, but
It
like
works for certain things. Like there's shots now where I don't bitch about everything. Like, okay, I know that's CG, but it looks
yeah, so
okay.
like
On a
I've been
Yeah, like lighting helps in some
yeah.
cases.
Yeah,
If
I did
you're
the
a very low budget film, at least make sure you darken it a little so it doesn't look like Atari
I've
graphics of blood coming out.
so with as many like great kind of like action movies kind of like and shit that have come out, I guess I don't know if there's been that many to be totally honest. I truly don't know, but like I've been watching the John Wick movies. Those movies are great.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
through 3 of them. I like them all. I love the first and third.
Mhm.
One thing is that all of the fucking gunshot wounds are very clearly CGI. They don't
Yeah.
apparently don't they don't work with squibs very often at all anymore, which is fucking tragic because it looks good.
Yeah.
It always looked good.
Yeah, you go back just a blood pack, squib. It
Yeah,
Watch 80s action movies, the action genre in general, and I always argue we get probably just as many great horror films today. It's just,
yeah,
not always on the big screen, and
right.
but action films, we don't get a lot of great action films anymore. Uh,
Well, no, because it's like
just
it's
yeah.
all shit. Like they find a guy like Keanu Reeves who can do his own stunts for the most part, or like and a guy like Tom Cruise is the same way. Even though I'm not a big fan of his, but to say like he's not doing
Mhm.
essentially the same thing, probably 10 years older, is disingenuous. But it's like it's with like those Impossible movies. It's like big set piece, CGI around it. Great, good. Which that's what the CGI should be for, is just to kind of like remove ramps that help you fucking pull off your stunt. Remove fucking
Yeah.
squib holes if you want to shoot someone without a shirt on. Like just
Mhm.
fucking little eraser effect. That's all you really need. That helps a ton.
Yeah,
Do they get a lot of
absolutely. I
bears in
just love
Italy?
seeing I was gonna say that feels like a very strange place to put a bear trap, but
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything. Not an expert, but I mean, this is just outside Rome. I don't think there's anything
yeah.
that can really hurt you to that degree.
Like I would
Just
assume maybe like
doesn't.
wild dogs speak of the devil.
Yeah, just doesn't. Yep, never a show with me without a Cork cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just tired of random people screwing in it on their property
Yeah.
is the only thing I can guess. That's a cool looking
I
dog.
don't know what them two are doing. So one of those, and I can't explain it enough to point it out any better. One of those guys is clearly wearing just like a Frankenstein mask here. Yeah. But he it looks like the Dr. Frank, I think his name was, which was just like
uh
a WCW NWO Revenge like created character that
I remember
was,
that. Yeah,
just designed as Frankenstein, but it was some like Japanese legend. I don't know
yeah.
what his move set correlated to, but the
Oh,
who it, you know. Hey, I got this pointy thing. I'm gonna bop you on the head with it.
yeah. It's an unusual. Well, I guess you embed it in them though. Then the weapon, once you can get it out of them in time.
catch him in the goddamn eyes, man. Pitchfork comes right out of eye holes. Trust me.
This is true. This guy's got kind of a Powers Booth vibe about him.
A little bit. I can see that.
Nope. It was very ineffective. The zombie
He's
just
gonna
no
tell this
sold
zombie.
that.
He's just gonna be like, "Well,
Yeah.
bye. Say
So,
goodbye,"
like,
and he'll run away.
an Ultimate Warrior pedigree. He's just not selling it one bit. I don't know if anybody's really released any masks from this. It seems like something Trick or Treat Studios should get on, unless I'm
Yeah,
mistaken and they have. I'm not a mask collector per se,
or at
but
least a Peter Bark.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like a Peter Bark mask would sell quite well. Apparently, he was
They'd
working
sell
on
at least
an
one.
yeah. Ooh, nice. Kind of harkens back to the John Russo. Let's crack the brains before we eat them.
So it's kind of cool that they kind of break like fucking pottery.
Yeah, yeah.
A cool little layer.
Yeah, really revisiting this, it's like I don't have any issues. I know some people complain about the lack of tension in this movie, and I suppose I can see it. It's more action oriented, just
Yeah.
you know, straight to the point. But
Yeah, because even
uh,
like when they try to do tension, they try to do it for too long. Possibly
yeah,
because there's not much of a script, so they're just kind of, well, we need to get to 80 minutes at least. But I would say like the
Gene-
biggest thing that I noticed is just the amount of times that they just do dumb shit for no reason other than to progress the movie.
I kind of feel like your best shot in a zombie scenario is just as long as you got, they're slow at a certain point. So as long as you got big open space that you can
Yeah.
get away, that's probably better than holding up somewhere. I mean, of course, eventually you'd have to, but
Yeah, I mean, you just got to stay in the open until you find like a legitimate spot to hole up. Like, I mean, there's no, like, take Night of the Living Dead. They all go into the basement. There's no real guarantee that they survive. That,
no.
they aren't able to bash in that door enough of them.
Yeah,
You know, I, like,
you always have to remind yourself, like in the movie, they're not aware of the concept of a zombie, so they're just
right.
reacting to some strange shit. So we're coming up on the fire scene now.
I think
Safety
it's fucked.
was
Well, I think it's fucked up that they kept this in there because this is just them changing this zombie into a different one.
yeah.
Throw a fresh
So
coat of paint over it and send him back out.
this stuntman was actually burning at one point, but they still got the shot. In fact, I
Oh, the
know there was
man was on fire.
he actually, yeah, he got burned a little bit, not
Damn.
horrifically so,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
yeah, he was actually burning, but they still like get the shot, get the shot. I can't remember who told that story. It wasn't as bad in Italy as other territories. I know in the Philippines, my God, stuntmen would die, get maimed, and they were paid in loose change practically. But yeah, she's
It's good for a hot dog and spaghetti.
yeah, just jump off this building onto this mattress. Fire scenes are very nerve-wracking to shoot.
Yeah,
Very, very.
fire makes me nervous.
Yeah, especially in I can promise this was not shot probably at the villa. This was probably somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. They're
Uh,
just kind of hanging out.
yeah,
We're watching the cars. Get out of here.
let's just make sure. Actually, some of the zombies in this are strategic
Yeah,
in certain ways, more so than other zombie films. They're not totally mindless. It definitely feels
right.
like there's something more going on with them. Oh, that one got a COVID zombie. It looks like he's covering up.
Fucking Popeyed one there. It's great.
Kind of got a buck tooth zombie. The teeth
Yeah.
don't look particularly realistic, but
No, but oh, there's another bad one.
there's a couple in the background. It's funny. Yeah, like it's a lot. We got to get, we're behind. You're just going to get some
It's just
gray
like a
face paint.
fucking, it's just like a late '80s Tom Hanks with gray
Yeah.
makeup.
When I was working in movies, you assume like, oh, okay, zombie movie, that'll be easy. But then you don't realize how time consuming it is to have good looking zombies,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
with
Paint them up.
only two people doing makeup. So that's quite really why you do sometimes just see like, all right, we'll just put some gray face paint on you and bloody you a little bit. I believe they still use this for filming. In fact, I believe there was a Willem Dafoe movie like 8 or 9 years ago that they still shot here. I imagine, like most things, it's probably more expensive now than it was then, but
Yeah. With the invention of the internet, the Italians now know the price of $1.
yes. Do you have aside from Return of the Living Dead, because I know you're a Return of the Living Dead guy, do you have a favorite zombie film?
Uh, Outside of that, I would say Dawn of the Dead, '78.
Okay, that's
Like
good.
that's
There's
just
a lot of
that's one of my favorite
Dawn of
ones
the
to throw
Dead.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot
and
of
that's
Dawn of
something
the
that I
Dead
don't
hate on this channel. I don't get it.
can't stand it. It's one of my least favorite things about the channel.
Yeah, yeah. Lauren's got to come around on that one.
I think we ambush him in his home.
Snake, you're gonna sit
Pry
through
his
every
eyes open.
goddamn cut, and you're gonna like it. Every one
And
of them back to
soundtrack.
back.
I have that fucking who put that out? Second Sight. I had that gigantic ass box set. We got everything. I'll
Ooh,
read him the book and everything.
crucifying the maid.
Yeah, this is a sweet little fucking scene here.
Yeah, this is a good shot.
Hold still. I think that the slow fall of the blood.
Yeah.
It's not a guillotine. They just slice through.
Ooh, there we go. Very good gore scene. Very good
Yeah.
decapitation. Have you seen the Blind Dead series yet? Tombs of the Blind Dead. Have you dived into that?
Definitely not.
The That you should definitely look into next. Tombs of the Blind Dead is an all-time favorite for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, Catherine.
Oh, you're stuck.
Oh,
How will I ever get you out?
look, my belt has come loose. Now my pants are coming unbuttoned. You nut. Oh,
Wish I could pull off a mustache like that.
yeah. I for sure cannot. I don't even think it'll grow in that thick, to be honest. Probably for the best. I don't need a fucking mustache.
Definitely can't grow the hair, so I don't know.
No. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're both out on that one. It's just the head. It's just the head. I got the time. Look at him. He's doing it.
Wouldn't be weird or anything. I'm gonna
But
say
nobody
this.
will know.
This might feel like a dick move, but I mean, she's
She's
already
dead.
gone. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll get full. Another great, great gore shot there. Simple, effective.
listen,
Yeah.
that stuff gets to me. Like fucking like a knife through a hand. That's something that I
Mhm.
think they've started throwing into movies in the last 10 years a lot. It's just like people trying to stop knife slashes with hands, and then just
Yeah,
it's one of those I have to
yeah.
turn away. I can't. It's like ah,
I think the
decapitations. Fucking
Crazies. Yeah,
yeah.
the Crazies remake has a shot there where Timothy Olyphant gets the knife in the hand, but then he uses it to, yeah, yeah. All weapons, like definitely not a traditional zombie thing to
No.
collect weapons like this. Great visual though.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool too, just to kind of like watch them all. Like, yeah, we gotta break in now. It's whatever we can get. We got a hammer, scythe. Uh, grab that rock over there. Oh, good, an axe. That'll actually help. You to the front.
One thing that this does do well, for the most part, I mean, you might spot a little something here or there. A lot of zombie movies, your lower budget Euro zombie movies at the time, you would see like a totally decomposed face, but then it's like plain to see
Yeah.
they have just normal
Yep.
human hands. You see that a lot. They
Perfect
do a
full
pretty good
fingers.
job here. Yeah, yeah, not
They at least
decomposed
throw
at
some
all.
gloves on their hands. Yeah.
They do a pretty good job.
Oh,
Andrea
this is at night.
Bianchi
Okay.
is, yeah, some of it.
I,
Yeah, I
I
mean
thought
it wasn't.
no, I thought this scene took place in the daytime. I had that wrong.
Well, they know how to get weapons. They don't know how to take cover. So that's
No, they just go. Oh, is it my turn? Uh-oh. It seems like they
yeah.
always, not always, they do a couple shots here, close-ups like this. The one that looks up at them as if he's going to kind of realize that, oh shit, we should get out of the way, and regroup. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's as close as it comes. But
They're
usually that's
lucky
like
they're
a
not in an
menacing close up
American.
shot.
Yeah,
No.
they're lucky they're not in an American zombie movie. There's no running out of ammo.
Oh,
Try that shit in a small town, zombies.
yeah.
Now there's a very not decomposed leg on that one, but like I said, better than
Yep,
most. There's a lot
yep.
where it's totally like non-dead flesh.
So, if you could change the ending of any horror movie, which one would it be, and how would you rewrite it?
Ooh. That's an interesting thing. What really shits the bed with the ending? Hmm. I'm
Wow.
thinking on this one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, take your time, please. We have a good amount of time. You can let that one fester for a minute.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's a good
actually, if we
question.
can rewind her running down the stairs, we can extend it a little longer, even.
She kind of looks like Darcy the Mail Girl, Diana Prince, a little
Ooh,
bit. Oh,
oh
I
yeah,
could definitely see in a remake of this movie.
yeah.
Oh, she's gonna look a little
I thought
bit
this is
closer
cool.
to.
As I kind of realized what was going to happen here, I'm like, oh, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, there's some great gore. I love.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
No, no.
Ooh, it's looking a little bit more like Darcy now. Ugh.
Well, now she looks like Darcy's butthole. Dead.
Yeah, this era, like you were talking earlier about gore that gets you. For me, even look away a little bit with some of the Lucio Fulci ocular trauma.
Fucking eye stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a splinter in the eye. That there's not a lot that I've seen. Probably every extreme, nasty, disturbing horror movie ever made, but something about eyes will still get me, especially if it's a really good shot like that.
Yeah. Oh, me ojos. A candlelight dinner.
I guess as far as an ending goes, I think I might have maybe like The Mist, and
Hmm.
you have like the downbeat ending. You keep that, but he's just wasted them, and then like all of a sudden, just like Starbucks, just emerges. Like just like there's nothing. Like it was just totally isolated. Uh, the Mist was totally isolated, and he's
Just
just like
here.
in a. He wastes them in like a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. No, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be that's right up my alley. That's fucking almost feels like pandering a little bit, Dan, but I'm sure it's not. Just I like a nice mean spirited ending.
I am all for a mean spirited ending. It's horror. A lot of people, I remember arguing with a lot of people with that missed ending. It's like, oh well, it's just too much. And I'm like, it's horror.
Yeah.
It's not always supposed to end happy. Like, what's
Like especially now. I mean, the internet has taken over everyone's life. We've all seen
yeah.
what reality is now. There's no more, that kind of like 1950s ideal of the American family, or, and then whatever it
Yeah.
is, other countries. Like all that shit, that propaganda. Like obviously they get different shit to us different ways now, but that kind of, well, everything's fine here. I just have to worship God
Oh,
and go to work.
yeah. I just Disney, that's how Disney brings it all back. I don't want them to
Yeah.
find Nemo. They
No.
find Nemo. Nemo just OD'd on fentanyl. He's dead. That's it. That's the ending. Dead. Just downbeat endings. Disney
You
used to
know what
do
I mean?
downbeat endings.
Yeah.
I mean, Old Yeller,
I,
my God.
yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Pretty big one.
Oh, dog. He just
But,
kills the
you know, I
dog.
mean, back in the day, it used to be that the good guys would win, you know, and then people forget that, and now they want to exact their revenge for the bad thing that happened to them 80 years ago.
Uh-oh.
No, you see, I'm blonde. I'm supposed to live. Get away.
This is a rarity in this country. Uh-oh.
I see you.
Feel like, get to the window and knock
Yeah.
him down.
Oh, two of them. You're shot. You had no chance.
Yeah, once you see that, I mean, start swinging. Don't just let them, they're not going to just change their mind. Just
Yeah.
start jabbing them. I have to wonder if anybody was breathing down their neck shooting some of this on the property.
I don't know. I mean, I wonder
It
if
would
they
be,
just kind of leave him alone, you know? Just don't break nothing. Don't break
yeah.
nothing. You keep everything right where I found it.
I think really having an eye intact is completely unrealistic, but I do love that just perfect human eye on the
Yeah. It
decaying
looks,
corpse.
I mean, yeah, like, uh, Christ, I can't think of the word now. Anatomically, obviously, no go, no chance. But I mean, the same way that, like, probably the most fucking one of the grosser moments in Night of the Living Dead is when Barbara sees the half-eaten corpse at the top of the stairs. Yeah,
Yes,
it's kind of the
yes.
same thing. It's just a fucking ping pong ball, you know, with a dot in the middle. But it works. It's just a quick fucking.
Plus, Night of the Living Dead is timeless. One of
Yes.
the one of those horror movies that's timeless. I can watch that movie 100 times. I probably have, and
Oh, for sure.
still not be
That that
bored.
that was. So I
Nice.
bought the original and the remake, and those were, I think, the only two movies I had on my um, iPod back in the day.
Hmm.
Little stupid fucking nano. It wasn't even like a full screen one, so it was just this tiny little screen. But the amount of times that, like, even I would just like throw it on and just hang out, fucking listening to it.
Yeah.
It's it's good. It's a good time. Just that story is fun to listen to, even.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of the cool thing is like that's a movie that would work as a radio play. I think.
It's funny.
Fusion.
I was just going there myself. I think Night of the Living Dead might be one we have to pitch at some point to
I'm in. I'm
Jeff
fucking in.
Graham. Yeah. It's not a lot of roles so to
No,
find for everybody in that, but
and
I
they're all
still
bigger.
think
You know, like
yeah.
so the ones that want to stretch and spread their wings, they can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I may pitch that to
Yeah, for
Jess.
sure.
As long as he doesn't hear all the Peter Bark jokes and fucking you're zombie number 4, Hat Man. That's all
Fuck
you get.
you. You can be a zombie voice. Nice little machete.
Yes. I used to
I
have
want
a
to find.
machete like that. Don't have it anymore.
I had like your typical Vietnamese machete for a minute. And I have to say Vietnamese because I also bought a pack of Sharpies from the man at the flea market, and they were
Mhm.
Vietnamese. They did not say Sharpie. It was just some. I don't even know what the fuck. It was like smart pen. I truly couldn't tell you what it actually was, but it's like, oh, this makes sense. Vietnam, the jungles, you're gonna need something like this.
Yeah.
So like in my fucking 14-year-old head, all of that made sense.
My grandfather, who was super polite, gentlemanly kind of guy, he used to keep one in his car just
Ooh,
for protection. Just
fuck.
it's always the weirdest thing. He just have it, It's like, Grandpa, why do you need this giant ass machete?
Don't ask questions.
Just in case.
Yeah. My grandfather, after he died, we found this fucking. It was just like a file, just like a steel file that he had
Yeah.
sharpened. He sharpened the fucking edge of it. And I don't know this because we found it after he died, but he was the type of guy that for sure called that his equalizer.
Yeah.
Like just
Oh, here we go with some some very non mother son action
oh
here.
yeah. This is this is making me rethink Pizzo's kind of stance on a lot of things.
Best mother son relationship in a movie ever.
Well, it's certainly the most rewarding.
Well, there you go. We can do Burial Ground. Have Piz voice Peter Bark is what I think we need to do.
That could be good.
I don't know who's playing the mom, but
Oh, that sounds like Jay the Stingray's forte.
there you go. There you go. There was some spooning going on at one point. So makes
See,
sense.
I always knew that about them.
There's there's old Darcy with their bullet
Yeah.
hole there.
So now, not for nothing, but that's a very easy cosplay for her, and they do need to have Joe Bob play this now if they
Has
haven't
he? Because
already.
I don't watch all of the Joe Bob stuff, I have to confess, but,
I
like,
don't I don't watch it all
I
only
don't think he
because
has.
they're so long. Like there are movies that I think
Yeah.
like honestly the only way I'm gonna ever fucking actually sit down and watch Zombie is to do it, with Joe Bob, so to speak. Like, because that's I'm gonna be able to go, okay, just fucking even if you hate it 30 minutes in, you can wait for
Mhm.
Joe Bob.
Have
I don't
you
think I'm gonna
watched
hate it.
any
I am
other
just nervous and I will, but sorry.
you'll like Zombie.
Yeah. That
Fulci's a
everyone says it, and
pretty
I
great
get
guy.
worried because like everyone said that about Alien, and eh,
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. Don't get me. I get my yeah, was never close to hating the movie, but boy, do I not get the hype on that one. Sorry.
Well, hey, you're experiencing it for a first time. That's what makes it
Yeah,
interesting.
for
Um,
sure.
I don't consider Zombie by far Fulci's best. I love that movie. But I mean, The Beyond is probably his masterpiece. House by the
Yeah.
Cemetery is right up there.
Yeah. So that one I have seen. I own that one. I like that one. I like it enough. It's fun to put on and just look at this little prick. Boy, I wish something bad would happen to him. Parents don't understand. Kids just want to play.
I should have just let him play with my boobs.
This little idiot.
Man, I would have given. Can you imagine that horror fan that just happened? Like, "Oh, I'll check out this BDSM club, and you just see
Yeah.
Peter Bark, however many decades later, just coming out on a leash. Like, holy shit, that would have been interesting.
Still 4'9".
He did age though. I don't know if you've seen like a recent
No,
interview
I
with
haven't
him that
seen. So I was actually on. I had the understanding that this was the only thing he ever did, and he just kind of disappeared because Like his name wasn't even Peter Bark. Like that was all fake. And just I did one
Oh,
movie, but yeah.
poor Michael.
I think this is great here. Just singular focus, just hungry.
Yeah. Just I'll
And
deal with you
also the
later.
too a little bit I feel like and maybe this is just happenstance. Also she looks a little nervous like she knows something bad's happening once this lady's done crying. So I better get through this little fucking fillet before the inevitable occurs.
Leslie. God damn it, Leslie.
I'm sorry.
She's
And this is
there's
funny
some
because this is clearly just paint, white paint mixing with the blood,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
Darcy's
rage of a
blood might
mother.
look like
Just
that. uh
through osmosis, her blood is also got a white hue. That's bad. I'm sorry, Darcy. You're a sweet lady. I've never heard a bad thing about her, but
Very
I like
nice lady.
clean. Yeah.
Very yeah, she's really the one that runs that show, so
Well, because that's why I think she kind of is more or less his caretaker. I don't know. I don't think he's like had dementia,
yeah.
but I'm sure he's older. He's an older guy, so
Yeah. Sometimes he
to
forgets
do an
things.
operation to fucking like obviously like I know like was it William Daniels, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World is
Yeah.
basically just a body that his fucking handlers go okay, sign for him, eyes up, nope.
He just starts wandering around the set once in a
So
while.
like
She has,
and then Joe Bob I'm sure is nowhere near that. But for an older gentleman to have to fucking remember flights and dates and all the shit that to be that kind of enterprise you need to be on top of.
I think senile Joe Bob saying exactly what he thinks would be interesting. I hope they
He
exploit
almost
it
just
when he
does that
tries
as it
to.
is, isn't it? Yeah, he ends up on like whatever the fucking alt right version of Shutter ends up being. Maybe it'll be Screambox. Who knows?
It's Shutter Rumble.
Like Fox is just gonna fucking buy Screambox,
Yes,
Scream
yes.
Fox, and then like I don't know any Fox reporters anymore or talking
We're gonna
heads.
watch today. We're gonna watch Creep Show 2. But first, I'm
It's
gonna let you know how I really feel about the Swedes.
and I think it's pretty fucking shitty that everything we've done for these Indians, they would go ahead and just go off the rails. Just nasty shit.
Darcy, like Joe Bob, why don't you talk about the head smashing? Yes.
Fuck you. Women should be seen and not heard. Take your top off, whore.
uh, Zombies do stairs fairly well.
Yeah. So that's always been like my fucking step one is to find a house and then remove the stairs as I'm going up the fucking, to the second floor. Make sure you have as much as possible up there. We figure some kind of like ladder system, to get out if need be. But
Yeah, just turn
like
it into
pulling
a
out at least a
slide.
couple stairs. Yeah, fuck it. Like they're not getting up
Yeah,
that. But I
yeah.
don't know the structural integrity of shit like that. Like if you just take the flat portion of the step, they might still be able to fucking walk up the vertical piece
Yeah.
there. Like that setup. And there's like I know there's like the support beam in the middle generally. Take a shot of that quick, they'll fucking take care of them. I don't know. I find if you cause enough destruction, you don't really need to know what you're doing. Ah. Obradotte.
In fairness, he always creeped me out with his little hands.
They looked like a man's hands, but smaller.
I was growing tired of him randomly smelling your hairbrush.
He stunk up the bathroom like my uncle.
I've had a lot of liquid latex on me and stuff for different things, but I've never really gone the mask route for a zombie.
So I think
Might
a
have
lot,
been.
like probably in America, it's just kind of considered cheesy and no one bothers. But
Yeah, I like the
this is
look though.
evidence of the opposite being the case. But I agree with you. I like it, but I'm guessing that's why.
Old Jess Graham's gonna be back.
Mother, where's my high C?
The smells of hostess and death.
So this
Uh,
guy, not the professor, this other guy looks like some American actor, and I can't fucking place him.
Kind of looks like a smaller version of Jaws almost. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Richard Keel.
Um, I could see that for sure. What was I gonna say? He almost looks like someone that would be in a David Lynch movie. Like
This
there's
one's not. This
so there's
movie's
that
not as
fucking
ambiguous.
yeah, no, not by any stretch. He looks like a little. That's what it. That fucking the guy in Mulholland Drive that faints. I've
Oh
never
yeah,
seen
yeah,
the
yeah.
movie, so I can't put him in any more context than that. But he reminds me of that guy for some reason. That's who it is.
I don't know. For you, I would say if you're gonna dive into David Lynch, Blue Velvet, I think you'd
I'm gonna
probably
guess.
enjoy.
I'm gonna go Elephant Man because I just want the thing that's the least like his stuff. Because I pretty
Yeah.
sure I won't like any of his fucking. I don't know.
Blue Velvet, you might.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
certain point with David Lynch, you just know if you're a David Lynch
Yeah.
person. I mean, Dune is probably the least Lynchian film.
Yeah, but that also just sounds like fucking burying my face in wet cement.
Yeah, I don't know that you get a lot from Dune. I don't. You're
Yeah,
not a
I'm
big
not a
sci-fi guy.
not a sci-fi guy,
Yeah, I was
which
gonna
I
say if you're
think
not
is
liking
probably why
Alien.
it's probably why Alien didn't do a whole lot for me.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're being totally honest, like that's probably fair. These poor souls.
Been a long day. That's just it. We go Jess Graham rules. The zombies are just trying to find the Twinkies.
Want the
That's your
green
ending to the
slime?
movie.
He just
That's
opens
your
the
ending to the
cupboard.
movie. Yeah, that they
There's
just take
Twinkies.
all
They
this
eat the
shit,
Twinkies, and they all just fucking fall down dead. They just wanted one
leave.
last ride. We are coming to eat your Twinkies.
Yes. In death, we cannot tell a titty from a Twinkie.
So see, now if Jess ends up with a show on this channel, he's got to call it Titties and Twinkies. Shit, that should be your guys' show together.
There you go. Well, I don't
Titties
know
and sandwiches?
exactly. Titties and Twinkies. Just eat Twinkies the entire time and while we're watching the movie. I
'Cause I
like to
wonder
dip
what that
my.
would. I wonder if that could work. If you took a YouTube channel and you had content for the entirety of it every day, one
Just
live
titties
thing
and
into
twink.
the next, basically, dude. Just well, like that show, this show, your solo show,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Lauren's show. I'm sure Sam will have stuff on here, solo shit for her.
yeah.
Because she's, I think she's led a couple of the book gab sessions, so
Yeah, I don't know what he's recorded
she's
yet.
more than capable. Yeah.
I'm doing panels, so of course, yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe some of my stuff is aired. I don't know
I don't know
exactly what.
who's been asked to be a part of this even. I'm just guessing, and
Yeah,
even
I'm doing a
even if it's
panel
not, that doesn't
show, so there's going to be multiple people, so
yeah,
it's a little more complicated to try and get everybody
for sure.
together.
Oh
But
yeah.
which I guess I can say though, Dead End Drive-In on the
Oh
channel.
fuck yeah. I'm
And you're
pretty sure
already
that's what you
subscribed,
did.
obviously, so yeah.
Absolutely. Is that what your oh,
That
even
is
the
the show name.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. It's
Dead
not a
End
new
Drive-In.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We might have
So that I
commentaries at
believe
some
that's what
point, but yeah. Yeah. I kind of like the concept. Looking forward to seeing everybody's shows.
yeah, it's going to be very interesting to me to see what else we're working with. I was hoping with as fast as I got the concept into Lorne that at least we'll have a
Yeah.
little variance because he can go, hey, that's a little close to something else we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think you're good. I don't think anybody else is doing this, so I think you're good. I think he might regret it though. He's like, yeah, you can do what you want, and I'm like, then he's gonna
Yeah.
get titties and Twinkies. Jess Graham sitting there with this Twinkie. Sometimes I dip my Twinkie in Dr. Pepper.
Sometimes into wild cherry Pepsi. It depends on
Yeah.
my mood, Dan. It depends on my mood. For some reason, he talks like Roseanne's mother.
That's
Daniel, I
that's what
don't know
happens to
why you've always got to look at so many breasts.
that's what happens to everybody in Iowa as they age. They just turn into Roseanne's mother. It's a natural aging process.
Yeah. I don't know why you would think anybody else is not a zombie at this point. That's one of those things which is like, come on, dude.
Imagine a zombie movie that takes place in the Roseanne universe. Just like they're trapped in that house.
I mean, that's the way
Now
you bring
that
Roseanne back.
yeah, yeah. I thought she was Jewish.
Yeah. He's just pounding on the door with a fucking original Planet of the Apes box set.
It's what she uses to crack open the heads and get to the brains.
Yeah.
It's a few more
So
human
now
looking.
these little monks or whatever they're supposed to be, these look okay for like. There's one little fat one that was just kind of like had warts added onto him. There he is. It looks good though. Oh, and there's someone's uncle or grandfather, maybe.
You're gonna need to snap out of it, Evelyn.
No, enough about the ankle now. Come on.
Don't hurry or anything. Yeah, it's interesting watching because there's so many shots. Like I know the spiral staircase, Udo Kier running down that in Blood for Dracula, the Andy Warhol's Blood for Dracula.
Oh, Jesus. Didn't know that was
So
a
is the
thing.
concept of your show going to be like all first time movies you just watched? Or are
No,
you going to
it's
do stuff that you've
solely
seen
based
before?
on it's based on the guest. It's basically because I
Okay.
believe I asked you to pick something that means something to you, or is whether it's
Okay.
fucking your favorite movie, whether it's maybe it's your least favorite movie, you know,
Yeah.
or just something that fucking can always take you back to a particular thing. I kind of leave it as
Okay.
open ended as possible,
Okay. Okay.
but because like all of these, I'll be watching them before I, go to talk about them because like with the Freaks one, I watched that back before I, like threw it up um,
Mhm.
for like the public.
It,
Not that
yeah,
great. Like
it's
you and you and
never
you and Lauren do a lot of the fucking heavy lifting for that. So
it's never great to watch a movie the first time with people for a commentary.
no.
That's usually, yeah, better to watch it and then yeah.
So
That
it's
was a
just a
good
chance
show
to,
though.
to potentially, yeah, it was fun, like, but it was a movie I just kind of got caught up in, and I don't know. Seems like there are better people to just stare at while they watch a movie than me. So I'll leave that to them.
I'm very curious to see what Jess Graham picks at some point.
Oh yeah,
Just
Jess Graham's
and
on
he
the
can talk
docket.
shit about me the whole time. He's
Ooh,
gonna have his
ooh,
best
ooh.
hat jokes. He's just gonna roast me the whole
um, Jess is on the docket soon. I got Corey from over there, cable channel 11.
time.
I
Nice.
think Jonathan will be down the line pretty quickly. And
Corey
then I
should
figure
just
I'll
be
wait.
the complete
Sorry.
striper music videos. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm a little worried we're going to end up watching The Littlest Reich.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's one
Are
because
you
that's
not
one
a
that I could
fan?
buy him. Well, I could buy him actually liking that. I'm not a Puppet Master guy.
Okay.
Uh, like I when I was a kid, I kind of liked them, so I've seen some amount of them. But I was like, I mean, like fucking 3, maybe 4. I remember very little past. Just those are cool. Those are kind of like Chucky. Those little dolls. That's awesome.
Hmm.
And then just I think as Netflix had first started to stream things, they had the first Puppet Master, and I just couldn't stay into it.
Okay. Okay.
So like to the thought of having to watch just like later sequels, you know, completely separate to the rest of the series is kind of like I don't know about all that.
Littlest Reich is not full moon, which kind of helps at that point because they just didn't
Oh,
have the
okay. Yeah, I
money.
was gonna say it. That's
Yeah.
probably a good thing.
Yeah, it was a little strange for a while. It's like, let's shoot this in China, but then film it in a closet. That was kind of an issue.
But I love this piece here. I almost said set. I know it's not a set. I love the way it's laid out.
Mhm.
I've never seen another movie that was filmed here, but it's such a familiar looking spot. I almost wonder if like some fucking set designer somewhere in whatever movie I'm kind of conflating this with saw this movie and went, "That'll look good." It honestly might be a video game. I cannot recall, but it looks so familiar and so just nice. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe it's because it's real and not a set.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had that experience, but I think as an actor, like to actually like feel like
Yeah,
you're there rather just
I mean it's
green
gotta help
screen everything.
because I watched the Godfather movies and just after the first one, I became just fucking completely enamored with Marlon Brando. And just
Ooh,
like just the way he just listen, like reading interviews, listening. There's a Connie Chung interview on YouTube that I've been listening to
he was a real
with him,
piece of shit, but
and
he was
he was a
talented.
piece of shit, but he was a piece of shit about gay acting, like and he took it as a craft and everything, but he also realized it was not serious. So for people to be
Mm,
fucking trying to get him to go here and, eh, I'm better than
Yes.
you, even just putting
Uh
fucking cue cards around the room. And his
oh.
thought process behind that makes so much sense to me. I'm gonna shut up so we can watch this scene.
We'll get back to Marlon Brando, I guess.
Yeah, Marlon can wait. Just wide-eyed.
We're gonna shoot this, and when Jess voices it, he's got to go Twinkie right before he bites in.
Mama. Are these my titties, Mama? Say it. That's right.
That's just an interesting decision. I'm sorry you
So
became a
weird,
zombie.
man.
You can.
Suck my tit.
Uh-oh.
Nice little piece of gore, though. Goddamn.
Very nice piece of gore. Too much teeth, Jess grabbed.
He always has been overeager. That was too much.
Well, Marlon Brando, yeah, he in a lot of ways he kind of ruined some of the last 5 or 6 movies he was in, at least.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the Island of Dr. Moreau, Doom
Have
Journey?
not. I have to kind of make a day of that because I want to watch the Island of Lost Souls. I gotta watch
Island of
the Island of
Dr.
Dr.
Moreau.
Moreau. I
Yeah.
gotta watch that. I gotta watch both of those things plus the fucking documentary for the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Richard Stanley's, yeah. It is one of the best documentaries about movie making imaginable. Just everything that could possibly go wrong on a movie went wrong for Richard Stanley. But it's
He was the one.
highly
He didn't
recommend.
get to finish the production, right? They replaced him because
They replaced him. He
for a lot of
snuck
reasons.
back on set
Yeah,
as an
that's right. Okay,
extra.
okay, that's that documentary.
All
If it was for
kinds of
that movie or
crazy
not.
shit. Yeah,
That's
all
nuts.
kinds of crazy shit.
Like just with a fucking mustache on or something. Like I'm Ronald
Well,
Manley. Ronald. That's my name. Yes.
he had a beast mask on, and like they
Oh,
took
okay.
notice of him. It's like, man, that extra is really committed. He doesn't take that off ever. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Shit's really hitting the fan now.
It is. Let's fuck with her and just go real slow.
The earth shall tremble, graves shall open, they shall come among the living as messengers of death, and there shall be the knives of terror, which I think is nice.
There we go. So there we go. So closing thoughts on Burial Ground, Steak.
Well, Dan, it's a pretty fun movie. It's certainly not
Yeah.
going to. It wasn't going to reshape fucking cinema, but it's a
No.
good time, and it's one you can kind of, if you happen to be, not fucking able to focus quite as nicely as other times during the day, still okay.
Yeah, it's
Because
breezy.
it's a breezy movie. There's nice set pieces, and as we've discussed, there's really no fucking script.
No.
We never know why. You never know why. You never really figure out just how to kill them. Because I swear to God, I've seen a couple fucking headshots that did nothing.
Mhm.
But it's cool. It still works. It's still a fucking fun little movie. And it's something you
Yeah.
could throw on at a party and just like, no. You got to kind of watch. Don't watch too close, but watch.
Somewhat open-ended too.
Yeah. And open-ended,
yeah.
but leaning towards downer, which is a-okay.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
mean, how many heroes are there in the world, really? Like
I doubt
legitimately.
I doubt we'll ever get a sequel at this point. I think it would be a little bit too
Yeah.
much to hope for, but
Yeah.
maybe Michael has a long lost like twin brother or something. And Peter
Oh,
Bart can come
he
back.
grew up in Iowa.
Yeah, yeah. He's just the you get like 20 minutes of him just wandering around Rome frustrated because he can't find Twinkies. He's just getting kicked out of all these fine dining
Oh
establishments.
man.
What what the fuck is tiramisu?
We got
Sorry,
loose meat
Jess.
sandwiches or we got guns. What do you want now? We can serve up either one.
There we go.
They don't really talk like that there, but it's all I have going for me. I'm not creative.
Uh,
Dan, I
yeah,
do have another question for you. If you were
go
going to
for it.
pick one movie to show someone that has never seen a horror movie, what would it be and why?
Ooh. Ooh, never seen a horror movie, so a total cherry buster. That's tough. I find with like younger people, there's no ADD is strong.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm going with like a slow burn. I'd have to figure out the person if they're just looking for dumb fun. Do
Yeah.
they really just want to be
Okay.
just
So I th-
completely wrecked? Like something
so I
like
think
Hereditary for a newer movie if they wanna be,
ooh,
like, scared,
yeah.
disturbed, for sure. If they're
So I
not
think the example of the person I think I gave last night was someone late teens, early 20s with really strict parents that didn't allow them to watch anything crazier than like PG-13 Adam Sandler movie, like, like fucking like mid-90s
Yeah.
SNL comedies kind of thing,
Hereditary would
where
hit hard, I think.
it would hard for
Yeah,
sure. It's not a bad answer. I think shit,
yeah.
what was the answer I got yesterday? I gotta write these down.
I
I
think
wish I knew off.
Exorcist holds up.
That's a good one. So I went with, and
Yeah.
it's kind of the one my baseline, and I did. I obviously I explained it on the last episode, but I would go Night of the Living Dead a lot of times, just 68 straight through. Reason being, does get to
Mhm.
some action pretty quick. It brings you enough to kind of keep you down the road. So, which I think when you're shooting in black and white, that's important.
Yeah.
Furthermore than that, it's a pretty good black and white. So you're kind of you're dying that in the wool for them, kind of giving them black and white so that you can go further back and you can kind of eventually bring them to Frankenstein, Dracula, or any of the fucking billion and six other ones, because a lot of people
There's
think it's
certain movies.
sorry, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, I think you were
no,
paused there.
I
Um there are certain movies like that are good tests, like gothic horror. All right, if you
yeah.
watch Mario Bava's Black Sunday and you don't like it, old school gothic horror is probably not going to be for you. Uh, um, there are things like Evil Dead, shockingly, that you can show to a younger horror fan and they'll still enjoy it. Now, I'll be honest, there's stuff like Halloween again, in our community, that's a classic film. I love it, but the people out there, fans exist that it's like, it's too slow moving.
So I mean,
They're not in
I'm
slow.
unfortunately I know those people exist. It's depressing, but I know an
Yeah,
8-year
I
old.
mean,
He was 8 at the time, and
mhm,
he watched all of them over the course of 2 months with me and liked them
mhm,
enough to go, "Yes, this is what I want my Halloween costume to be this year." So, it's not
nice.
impossible, but I'm sure there are a lot because there's other shit that, like, I was shocked that he kinda tuned out of and went off fucking somewhere else.
Mhm,
And I can't think, but he loved The Gate, which isn't probably shocking to anyone that's seen it. Um,
yeah,
but we
yeah.
watched it for the first time together. It's a fun little movie. It's pretty cool. and like he brings it up to people, like anyone, like his great grandmother. He was telling about it the other day, and she ain't gonna have any fucking clue. She's not gonna have any like I swear that woman doesn't have cable. I don't know if that's true, but like she may not have a TV in her house even. It's just some old fucking farmhouse, man. But
So
it's
no,
still funny
like,
to watch him kind of try to explain
Stephen
his
Dorff.
way through it. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I loved him in Blade.
Oh, terrific little film. So Dan, this one is my last question. It's going to be a little different for you since you actually do have experience in the field. But if
Mm-hmm.
you were to make a horror movie, if you were to make another one, let's say, and
Mm-hmm.
you have full creative control, you're not part of a team, it's your vision, whatever. Let's not worry about the money. Let's worry about this. We're at the scripting stage. So if you were to make a horror movie, what would be the central theme or monster, and how would you make it stand out from the rest?
Ooh. So we're living in strange times. Well, we have been for a while, but we're kind of sort of out of it now, but I don't think we've had that classic lockdown era horror movie. Now, like, because again, very strange times. Everybody's locked in their homes. What would be the threat though for that? Now, I like the idea of sort of a cult-like scenario at that point where people would be more vulnerable to that. And what monster do I throw into the mix? Let's see. Zombies are just too easy, so I'm not going to do zombies because that wouldn't stand out.
You know, not for nothing. While you think for a second, it's kind of a shame that Walking Dead came through when it did, because everyone now fucking come COVID, everyone was just done with zombies. Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably the easiest fucking correlation into cinema that's already there. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
zombies. They turn into zombies. It's perfect.
Maybe like lockdown, and that's when the old ones return. Kind of do a Lovecraftian
Oh,
thing
okay.
to throw in there. Yeah, because I mean we still big budget Lovecraft is kind of rare, and because nobody can own it. You can't, Cthulhu. I can make a Cthulhu movie if I want,
Right.
but that might be something interesting to throw out there.
Definitely onto something, I think. Did you
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
up script writing program Final Cut? They still use that? Is that a thing, or is that that is probably not for writing, it's for editing
I
video.
I am
I'm dumb.
old school. I write shit down in notebooks.
Oh.
I've never
You see,
used programs.
I just wouldn't know how to I wouldn't know how to turn the things that I write down into a script would be my problem. But
I've written scripts, but like never. Probably not entirely properly formatted.
yeah.
Like I'll let somebody else do that. But yeah, no, I'm old school. There's something like if I'm sitting at a computer, I'm not as creative. If I'm just staring at the blank page, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
Everything kind of gets fucked over in the producing process, anyways. So,
It's fair enough.
it's yeah.
Oh, cactus
But if I
Danny
had
guy.
complete creative, yeah.
Right.
So there you go.
Writing on a plane.
Lovecraftian lockdown.
I like that. Well, Dan, what do you got coming up? I'm gonna guess this is coming out
So
March or April, so I would
okay,
focus
so
more
I
on
don't.
grand
We've
scheme.
got the Dead End Drive-In. So I can tell you at some point, depending when all these air, because I don't know, we will have a Sasquatch show. I know we're doing that. That might be one of our longer ones because I don't know if I'm going to just limit it to 2 movies. So that might break from formula. But generally, we're doing a drive-in double feature concept on Dead End Drive-In. You may see some of the same faces. You might see some, a new face pop in here or there. And yeah, so we hope you enjoy it and all the new shows coming to Visited by Voices. But yeah, Dead End Drive-In. Check out the Boogans Funeral Home double feature if you haven't already, and a lot more coming your way. Cross genre. It won't just
Oh,
be
yeah.
horror. So we'll have.
So that's
Yeah.
yeah. That's the other
We'll
thing too with
yeah.
this. I feel like I touched on it at the top of the show, and I did last week for sure. I think kind of fitting with the channel, we're going to use Lauren's definition of horror. That is a little more broad and lets you
Mhm.
pull things that aren't, maybe properly in the genre, but can, certainly cross the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We'll.
that'll make it a little more interesting, I think, for picks too. So it's nice
Yeah.
to
You
see at
might.
least a little bit that thought's fucking, you know,
Yeah.
bled into some of the other guys.
Yeah. You might see Italian crime flicks on the channel. You might even see spaghetti westerns at some point. It'll all kind of fill that drive-in theme. Probably won't do a lot of newer stuff on this particular show. We'll kind of keep it to
Yep.
certain points in the past, because honestly on Flesh Wound Features we review a lot of the new stuff anyways, so I wanted to give kind of a unique
Oh yeah.
experience. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it. You're going to get a lot of variety on the channel now.
Stay
Yes.
tuned, folks. Where can they find you on socials, though, Dan?
Flesh Wound Dan on Twitter. I'm on Instagram too. I think that's Flesh Wound Dan also. But yeah, Flesh Wound Features on YouTube. Check us out if you haven't, if you're just seeing this for the first time. And yeah, that's about it. Region free, season free, which is also a
Absolutely.
separate channel. So yes, please sub to
Go
that.
find it for sure.
Go find it.
No reason that channel should have less subs than my old channel. None whatsoever. So get the fuck over there now.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at SteakSauceOTG. That's all I have, baby. So we'll see you next time. Depending on when this airs, be on the lookout for the next mess around. Yada, yada, yada.
Yes.
And before we leave, gotta mention that Iris loves you.